Thank you, everyone, for joining us. This is episode number 4.
Welcome back, everybody, to fucking soon to be canceled. We have not been canceled yet. We're actually at 15K on TikTok. Big pog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I appreciate anybody who's followed us, and I appreciate anybody who's coming back to watch episode 4 or listen to it. Anybody who's new to the channel, and we appreciate you as well. And we hope everybody's having a good time. We are having a great time. Other than a little bit of technical difficulties here and there, we're enjoying ourselves.
We're gonna get our audio down to freaking T.
Pretty much what it's gonna come down to is getting new mics, getting a whole new setup.
Yeah,
but,
we're gonna get a little mixer and everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're not gonna put it on the table. I don't know why he did that, but
Just
yeah.
in case you want button, you know, little sicko mode. But anyway, speaking of sicko mode, we just got the cacti's.
Sold out pretty much everywhere in our area.
Yeah, I literally had to call all over. He sent me a DM of the picture of a cacti. He was like, yo, can you get these? I was like, what the fuck is this?
No, I didn't even send him a DM. I sent him, a DM, but it was like specifically where they had them. And I said, we need this for the next episode. And he says, I'm not going that far. And then he realizes what drink it is and whose drink it is, and then ends up driving farther to get them.
Yeah, I saw my friend post the IG. He was tagged Travis Scott. I was like, oh damn, are these them exclusives? Oh shit, I gotta go get them. So I called up Total Wine. They didn't have them. I called up another Total Wine, and they had them. And they were like, yeah, there's only 29 left. If you get here in the next 30 minutes, they're yours. I was like, all right, schmobbing down the freeway listening to Travis Scott, dude. It felt like I was in a movie, swerving lanes.
And then he bought 5 packs of them. So we ain't running out anytime soon. So hopefully they're good. We are going to try out strawberry. It comes in 3 flavors, pineapple, lime, and strawberry. So we're popping up strawberry to start the show off. And
let's go. Let's see how he does them seltzers. They're 77%. Cheers, mate.
All right. We both
They remind me of a Four Loko.
I mean,
we don't sound that.
I don't think it's Four Loko. I think Four Lokos have way more flavor. To me, this doesn't have that much flavor. It's more.
It's good because it doesn't have that much flavor, but it still has. My friend did say it tastes malty, and I could.
It's got like no sugar too, so that's good.
Yeah, 150 calories. Goddamn,
dude.
No, I'm just. Oh shit.
But anyways, yeah, this one's all right. I mean, me personally, I think a White Claw tastes better than at least a strawberry.
Yeah,
I've heard the pineapple's more fire.
That's what I heard
than
too.
Out of all the flavors, so we will get to that. We're gonna save that one left for last. Save the best for last. But yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's just doesn't. A Four Loko, I think, is really sugary.
Yeah,
really tasty. But this is kind of more bland.
Just reminds me of a little bit of a hint of it. But this episode, we got some fire subjects. We got a lot of subjects and a lot of crazy things to talk about. So I'm hyped. I'm ready for this episode, and we've been waiting for it.
And going with our first subject, the theme of our show, soon to be canceled. We're going to talk about something that recently got canceled. A couple things that got either canceled or changed around. And
yeah.
That's Mr. Pepe Le Pew.
Oh my god! And then Speedy Gonzalez.
I haven't heard of Speedy Gonzalez yet, but I'm sure it makes sense.
They canceled him because I have no idea why. But
and then we're also going to talk a little bit about Mr. Potato Head getting switched to just Potato Head, even though they had a Mr. and Mrs. I done a little confusing, but yeah. So let's start off with Pepe. So. From my understanding is, have you ever watched Pepe Le Pew cartoons?
Is it like that Looney Tunes? Was he in Looney Tunes?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, because he got kicked out of the new...
He's like that horny cat or something.
He got kicked out of that new movie with LeBron James.
Oh, no way. The new Space Jam?
Yeah. So
he got kicked out?
Supposedly he was going to be in it, and now he's getting canceled out of that. And
rest in peace.
So, but you don't really remember too much about him?
Mm-mm. I just remember he sprays this skunk spray, right? And then it makes like the... female cartoons hella horny.
I think most of the main thing was that he would always be trying to get at the female cartoons, and they were never really feeling him. So I don't remember if he sprayed something to make them like him for once.
Yeah, he sprayed his skunk spray.
But I know he would do all kinds of tricks and stuff and like gimmicks to get these chicks to like him. He'd be groping all up on them and whatnot. But somebody I had saw made a good point, and that was, if you're learning how to pick up on women or how to treat women through Pepe Le Pew, you got bigger problems than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You got to understand it's a cartoon. They were just doing it to be funny. It's just like, if they were like trying to say this is the right way or this is a legit way to pick up girls, that'd be different. But it was a fucking cartoon, and it was funny because of that. That was his whole point of his cartoon, was to be that weirdo.
Yeah.
It was funny.
See the meme where Johnny Bravo sweating. He's a whole mama. He's like, oh, they're coming after me.
Yeah, because he did some sketch shit too in his cartoons. But that's the thing is, one, it was a different time, and two, it was just fucking funny. It was for comedy. Nobody was really fucking. I mean, I don't think anybody was really getting.
People are just taking it too seriously.
Pick up lines and how to act like that, but who fucking knows? And I also heard another person that people are saying needs to get canceled, a cartoon, is Quagmire.
Quagmire? Oh,
I mean,
Family Guy. They stopped. I know they took out something from Family Guy. I don't remember what it was. I think it was gay jokes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they took out those. I mean, times have changed. I'm surprised South Park's still alive.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think more so they're going. Have they changed their jokes? I feel like they haven't.
I haven't seen South Park in a minute. But South Park, I was a diehard fan.
The last like legit thing that was just like, wow, they're really still going at it, was when they did that joke about the black kid character getting shot by the police.
Token?
I don't know what his name was.
I love South Park.
But it's like two white kids are fighting in a classroom, and then the police are like, stop fighting or whatnot, and then they shoot the black kid that's just sitting there. Yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck? This is still, that surprised me. That was like within the last year. Bruh. So they're still going with the theme, and I think that was almost during the BLM movement, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm surprised South Park's still alive right now.
I think more so though, that one got the okay was because they was trying to just more so show that that's what people deal with. Because shit like that really happens.
Yeah, South Park's all about,
current events. Yeah, 100%.
That's why I love South Park too.
So yeah, but I mean, back to Pepe, I mean, yeah, it's just that one is a little over the top for me to get canceled. I would think South Park with that shit would get canceled.
That's an old school cartoon too.
Right, and even then, exactly. So unless they were going to have him do it in the new Space Jams where he's still trying to pick up on chicks, I mean, that's his character. That's his whole fucking theme. And
more subtle.
And that's, who knows? I don't know the full details, but maybe a writer saw that this was being put in the movie, and then they made it a big deal, and then that spiraled.
I mean, they don't even need to completely cancel him, just change the way he acts a little bit.
Right, or just make it to where it's like not like some weirdo shit, if anything. Top. Yeah, exactly. There's ways around it, I'm sure, but
Pepe, R.I.P. soon to be canceled.
No, Pepe next? Is canceled. He ain't soon to be. He is canceled.
Johnny Bravo on the next, soon to be canceled.
And Quagmire, you're gonna be with him. But yeah, it seems, I don't know. It just seems weird. I don't agree with some of it. I agree with some. Most of it I don't, because it's just like, come on, it's a joke. And it's not like. It's a cartoon. It's not like a real woman had to deal with a Pepe Le Pew character groping up on them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All of these are cartoons that we're talking about. Johnny Bravo, Speedy Gonzalez.
I think it's going to breed, bad kids turning into bad people.
Yeah, but the people that watch the Pepe Le Pew are already adults. They've already watched that cartoon. The cartoon's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So what are we talking about? Unless people are going back on YouTube to watch Pepe Le Pew, which doesn't matter if he's canceled. It's still there. Yeah. You can still find it either way.
People will dig into your tweets and see what's bad and pick out whatever's bad about you, and you're canceled, bro.
And sorry if you got offended by that, but again, it's just that's just my opinion. Yeah, it's just my opinion. I mean, truly. Don't really care what other people think. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I feel about it. And it sounds like you kind of feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care what people think, but it's just what
I mean about the whole canceling them.
Yeah, no, and then fucking, what's his name? Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Potato. Well, no, it's Potato now.
See, that's. I don't like. I felt like more so they were doing it to kind of get people to buy potato heads again. When's the last time you seen a kid playing with a potato head?
It could be for sure a gimmick because people just get distracted by the dumbest shit.
But like, when's the last time you seen somebody buying or playing with a potato head character?
Dude, that's probably like 1990s.
Exactly, and so I mean, it is just making them a hot subject, a hot topic, and they're doing it for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like you said, a marketing gimmick, and then you know what else had a huge marketing gimmick was that Twisted Tea.
Yeah, but see, they got that gimmick and marketing off of just
someone else
something going viral. Yeah. You know, they didn't tell that dude to smack the fucking guy with a Twisted Tea.
He's like, yo, I'm gonna pay you 100 G's right now. Go smack somebody with some Twisted Tea.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that shit blew up. You know what I mean? Yeah. I still don't see healthy people drinking them, but I saw for a moment people were buying them just to take pictures and say, you know what I mean? Sure. Got that thing on me.
Just like, dude, Cacti, he's a genius. Freaking Travis Scott will drop something and it'll sell out like that.
Yeah, seriously.
It's all about branding because he's selling this way more than what White Claws are, and he's probably making a big bank.
So how much did you pay for the 5 boxes?
Almost a bill.
Damn.
Yeah, they're expensive. They're not cheap.
Or, yeah, I'm sure because I highly doubt they're selling them at different prices. They're probably all generally that same price now. Yeah.
Anyway, next topic. Just all chug.
We're getting serious. So, a little bit of a touchy subject for most people I want to talk about, and that's the Almighty One, the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, aka God, or you know.
I mean, Jesus Christ isn't God.
Yeah,
is he?
well, but I mean, sorry, I'm talking about more so with it's all in the same connection. It's all in the same boat, right?
Yeah.
So, as a young person, watched a documentary called Zeitgeist, and it's a 4-part documentary. Each part is about a different subject, totally different subject. First one was about 9/11, and second one was about God. And I thought it was really interesting because they were kind of discrediting God and the whole everything about him. And
is he a journalist?
It's not one person. It's literally like maybe a narrator. That's it.
Zeitgeist, and that's what they call him.
No, Zeitgeist. I think it means something. You know, like a not conspiracy, but something similar to that.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but what they said really tripped me out because it was like they kind of explained all the big events and major things about that we know about God, about how he split water, he divided the sea, you know what I'm saying, how he walked on water, how he had the thorns put on his head, and they explained all these reasons, and what it all came down to was the sun. They were saying these writings about God, but really these writings about the sun, which if you kind of think about it also makes sense because ancient civilizations cherish the sun, this light in the sky that brought me crops, that brought me
it's life.
Yeah, that made the world go round.
Yeah.
And so what they explained was the thorns on the head was the rays coming off the sun. If you see a picture of a sun, it's got little spiky rays around it. If somebody draws the sun or whatever, you know what I mean? And they were saying that. They also said when he split the water, if you look at when the sun is rising or setting on an ocean view, the sun or the water carries the full thing to split the water. That carries the full image of the sun.
Light?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just the way it reflects off the water. It divides the sea, divides the ocean, or whatever is right there.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. The way they were breaking it down was pretty trippy, and they were also explaining like all these, not all of them, but a lot of cultures that have a god or a higher power that they believe in. Most of them have similar dates. Whether the dates mean different things, they all have similar dates, and they were breaking down these dates to where like it all equaled out because they were all significant things to do with the sun at that time, and they were breaking this shit down. And it was just really fucking trippy to watch. You know what I'm saying? And I might have watched it when I was a little too young because it really kind of threw me for a little spin, but yeah, I thought it was interesting, man.
It's crazy. I mean, I also think about how all the other type of religions, all the other civilizations all have similarities when it comes to a higher power.
That's
or
what I'm
God.
saying. But like whether not like Easter or Christmas, it's like it might not be that for that culture, but that date usually means the same thing, or it's got very similar things in most cultures. I won't say all, but most cultures. You know what I'm saying? And then of course they say through time it was just
it's interpreted in many different ways.
Exactly.
It's hard to understand. But another thing I saw was basically how we are God and how everything we put out, is basically, or we ask God, hey, why are we here? Why am I here? And then he can question you saying, why am I, why are you asking me this? And it's like, I don't know how to interpret into words, bro, but I saw a video and it's basically saying you are God. You are the creator of your reality and what you put out.
You are God. Each person is God.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just crazy to think because we do put our own reality, like law of attraction. If you anything you ask for in life, you'll be given to it as long as you work hard and
you truly want it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that. Except for, I mean, obviously, like you can't just say, I want $1 million and it's not going to show up.
Well, yeah, that's.
But yeah, you say like, I'm going to earn myself $1 million. I'm going to find, I'm going to work hard and get it. That. Yeah, I agree with that. 100%.
But basically, the law of attraction and how we can create, do things that we want to do, and we have that free will to do what we want.
What do you think about the little kind of off subject, but how they say opposites attract? Magnetic opposites attract. They say couples opposites attract. They say you match the best with somebody that's not your, it's your opposite.
Yeah.
Your flaws are their,
I think that's true in some parts, because you know, you don't want to be with someone, say you're stubborn, you don't want to be with someone that's stubborn as well, because you guys are just gonna be button heads. And
right, you don't want two alphas.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta have a fucking beta.
yeah, whether it's the guy or the girl,
exactly.
You know, you.
I mean, you want to wear the pants? Go ahead.
Yeah, but you know, I believe it too, 100%. It's just like, it's weird. It's like, I'm not saying it can't work out with two alphas. I'm sure it does in some cases.
Yeah, for sure.
Or two betas. You know what I'm saying? Especially probably more often two betas that are just two people that are just chill about everything versus two people that want the power.
Yeah,
I've probably run into more problems. But yeah, I just feel like it's also, you know, of course, the way you were raised. You know, it has a huge thing to do with it. You know
a lot of it is communication as well.
Yeah, because of course.
You know, a lot of people think that, oh, you're gonna read my body language or read this, you know, then they're gonna assume what I want. But no, you need to like actually be able to communicate with someone and actually listen, because some people just put up a wall and they won't listen, and it won't go anywhere with the relationship.
I've also heard that they say you look for your opposite sex parent similar traits. Like you'll look, as men, we'll look for someone that's like our mother.
Yeah, I heard that too.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's weird, but it makes sense to me, because it's like,
I mean, it depends on who your parents were. Like, if they were someone that you look after, I think that you'll definitely go.
I don't agree with that though, because even if, like, say your parents, your dad had like a big drug problem as a woman, or like they were a deadbeat dad, they say they get into deadbeat men. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a positive thing or negative thing, they just say that's what it happens to be in. You know, you happen to get into.
It's shitty because you just go into a constant fucking.
Exactly. I'm not saying everyone, of course, but I mean, it's just
some people need to break that chain.
It's more common, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's all they know too.
It's all you know. It's exactly, and it's like, it's just like, you know, my mom was always raised us that the men eat first. The men, or not the men eat first, but the men get their food plate first.
Oh, really?
They get served first. You know, I mean, I never paid much attention to it until she said it. As I was older, I was like, oh yeah, you did do that. You know, I never really paid attention to that. But, you know, I'm not saying that's either right or wrong either, but it's something that I kind of, in my back of my head, kind of think, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm gonna fucking pick my girlfriend based on those traits.
Really? Yeah, can I get my food first, please?
Yeah. Why I don't have a plate yet?
You're like, her food is here. What the hell is going? What kind of shit show you running around here?
Yeah. But I see it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Without even knowing it, I kind of had that in my head as well. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you build these values as a kid, and you grow up, and then you think that they're, you know, reality. But some people might think differently or act differently a certain way, and you just can't connect with that.
Yeah.
And that, I feel like it's a lot harder to get in a relationship as you get older, because you have, you know, these set values and set wants and needs in stone, and it's kind of hard to figure out who fits that.
I also feel like, though, it's like when you're younger, more people are looking for relationships. Not as many people are already in long-term or married or
trying to focus on their career.
So you're minimizing that chance of finding that perfect person for you already by waiting for so long. Or say you were in a relationship for a really long time, then you got older in that relationship, you got a divorce. Yeah. Chances are you're gonna get with somebody else that was already out of a divorce. You know, they got similar traits as you. Sorry, man. Forgot about that. But you're still young. So I'm talking about somebody that's in a long, like marriage.
I need to find my girl now. My future wife is getting boned right now.
Whoa, dude. No, at least you know. At least you know. Shit,
who knows? Maybe she's a saint.
Pause. No, but yeah, I'm honestly, it's kind of weird. I'm interested to see who you end up with, what kind of girl you end up with. You know what I'm saying?
A 4.
But see, that's the thing, is
we're building our fucking legacy here, okay? We're building our legacy.
Some people are happy with a 4 or a 3 or 2 or 1 because they usually have because they have a better personality than the 10 would, than the 9 would, than an 8 would.
Sometimes they're boring as hell.
Not even that, but the lower or the 10 tops? Yeah, exactly. Because
no personality.
Yeah, because they're usually getting everything they want just based on looks. They don't have to talk. They don't have to be interesting. They're physically interesting.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, if they're physically interesting and they don't give a fuck about what other people do or want for them, then that's a fucking goddamn.
That's what we call a unicorn.
Great white buffalo. Great white buffalo.
We call that a mythological character.
God damn it.
A created character. Anyways, no, it's a joke. It's a joke. Calm down. But speaking of dating and finding the right one, I think you wanted to talk about something.
Yeah, so basically there is a new Netflix series. It's legit. You got to watch it. It's like Black Mirror. If you guys are into Black Mirror or never seen Black Mirror, it's basically like dystopian futures that are near close to ours, and you know they do really good at making a film of it or making an episode of it, and they're always different. But this is a series. It's called The One, and basically what happens is these group of people, they come up with this algorithm, or it's like ancestry.com. They take DNA, and people all around the world will send in their DNA, and it'll take
it's
your
DNA, or it's
DNA.
Not the way we spit in the thing. It's the hair,
It's
right?
the hair, yeah.
Okay.
So DNA, and then
Sorry.
they'll put it in an algorithm, and eventually, you know, when a bunch of people put it in, then you'll get matched with someone who you're bound to fall in love with based off of your genetic lineup. And I just thought it was crazy because, like, what if that's a real thing? It's basically like an app. It's called The One, and people are just there sending in their DNA, waiting for.
And you finished the season, right?
Mm-hmm,
It's a series, right?
Yeah, it's a series.
Yeah, I saw the preview for it, and I thought it was interesting.
It's cool.
I plan to watch it, but I got into another documentary recently, and we'll talk about that later. But
this is like our homework.
yeah. Basically, because you know we've gotten a lot of good reviews based on our little quick breakdowns of these documentaries or movies that we've seen. So, but yeah, so I think you, like you said, you think it could be real. You think it could be the future.
It's kind of like Tinder. It's like a Tinder, but you send it in, and the thing is,
real quick, Tinder's more so based on looks.
Yeah, for sure. But this one can match you from anyone around the world.
Right. So what if you get put with a fucking 0?
Then you're still bound to fall in love with them because it's, you know, you meet them and it's just instant. Like if you ever
does that happen in the show where somebody gets put with like an ugly person, they're kind of against it at first?
I'm not gonna ruin the show. I don't want.
I mean, one part. I'm just.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin the show. You gotta watch it.
Okay.
So,
that sucks.
I'm not gonna ruin the show, but
I hear you. But I mean, I'm asking for one little scene or one little fucking storyline. I'm sure there's hundreds of them.
Yes. There's. I mean, obviously, my version of a 10 is different than your version of a 10.
No, I know, but I'm saying in the show.
Yes.
Does somebody get put with somebody who's really not the best looking, and they're worried about it at first, or they're against it at first?
Yes.
Okay.
No, they're not against it at first. It's like instant. So it's the DNA match. Like you're bound to fall in love with that person. But it's just a movie. Who knows if this is like a real thing that could be possible? But basically, what happens is it causes a lot of people to ruin their marriages because they're in a relationship with someone that they're not matched with because they didn't do the match before it was a thing. And all these people are getting divorced because they'll secretly go behind their back, go fucking put in send in their DNA to get matched, and they'll be like, dude, I'm matched with someone else. Like, I'm matched with someone else. Like this person that I'm with right now, married with.
I could be happier.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, dude, like they put it in a different perspective, and I was like, damn, this is
but that's that person's fault for taking the test while they're in a relationship. Yeah, at that point, I'm not taking the test. If I'm already in a committed relationship that I'm happy with, like, all right, whatever. I already found my match. You don't have to tell me my match.
Exactly. That's the way it's still going to be in the back of your head.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Like, I want to know. I want to know.
Exactly. Yeah. So you could be, but some people never get matched because, you know, not enough people put in their DNA. And
that happens?
Yeah. So they have to put in their DNA and they have to wait until someone else, you know, their match eventually comes up.
Interesting.
And basically, I don't want to ruin the show, but.
Do people from other countries get matched? Like opposite countries?
all around the world.
And like they don't even speak each other's language then?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
There's no bound. And then I don't want to ruin the show, but one of the couples that never got matched, they were already married. She's like super insecure about it. She's telling the husband, would you ever get matched? And he's just like, no, babe, no, what the hell? You know, I'm in love with you. And she goes behind his back and takes a sample of his hair and samples and gets him matched. And she's going crazy, bro.
Thanks for ruining it, dude.
She goes crazy. She
you don't want to answer my question, but you're gonna give out that much information. Whatever.
She gets in contact with the girl, and is like trying to become friends with her, and then they become friends eventually. What? Yeah, and she's like,
okay. Let's not get too much.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna watch it before the next episode.
Okay, for sure.
Maybe
it's a good season.
How many episodes is it?
Like 8. a Netflix original, so it's less than 10.
Might take me a minute to finish it, but yeah.
I just thought that was a crazy, it puts you in perspective. Like, what if some technology comes out like that in the future? You're like, damn, maybe I could find love for once.
Yeah, that's interesting. And that's what I'm saying. Even just watching the preview, it got me interested. I was like, that's an interesting subject. That's an interesting
but it's crazy because I feel like I felt that before. You ever been like met someone and you're just instantly like
have that instant connection?
Yeah,
for sure.
It's just crazy.
For sure. And it's interesting. I really feel like it does come down to you finding that right person. And like we were talking about before we started this podcast today, I feel like, what if you have multiple matches, really? And there's so many people in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
What if at one point there's an odd number of people in the world? So
isn't there more females than males?
Yeah, but they could say your match is a woman, no?
Yeah.
A woman is a woman. Mm-hmm. I'm saying if there's an odd number of people in the world, so one person doesn't have a match because there's not an even match?
No, but you got to watch the series.
I know, but you get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Because, so it's just, to me, like, is there multiple matches? Or what if you're a grown adult and you get matched with a kid? How does that work?
Oh, hell no. No, you probably have to be 18 and older.
Well, you watched the show.
Sure. Well, they didn't ever mention anything like that.
But see, that's the thing that makes me think, like, well, how does that work? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you're not going to be putting your DNA if you're
but that's the same.
18.
At the same time, like you just said with me and my girl, she was older than me the whole time until I turned of age, and that's when we started talking.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like you said,
we wouldn't have matched. She could have got matched. But yeah, exactly. So I don't know. It's a weird. I'll have to watch it
because it's a marketing gig. Marketing gig. You only want to be with one.
They want you to think you only have that one person. Exactly. They want you to think
you gotta watch a goddamn show.
I mean, you got me interested, honestly.
Dude, it's good. It's good.
I mean, I was already interested from watching that preview, but now I'm definitely gonna have to watch
it with your girl.
Yeah, for sure. So now we've talked all about those subjects. I think we're pretty good on that. Let's talk about my next subject, and that's banks and money and bills and coins, even Bitcoin. Yes, we'll get to that, but that's kind of the end route. But what I think is crazy is when somebody uses only, like, they put all their money in the bank and they use an ATM card or a debit card.
Yeah.
You don't have that money. You have it. It's yours. But if that bank goes bankrupt, I mean, it rarely happens. But if the world ends, you have no wealth.
No, that was a thing in World War or the frickin' Depression and all that.
But you get what I'm saying. You have
money
nothing
in banks and it'll disappear. It's gone.
It's gone. It's nothing.
I know. You have no monetary.
Or when I think it was in 2009, 2007, the big crash of all the
2008.
Yeah. So the Big Short, they had made a documentary about it. Yeah. But yeah, it's like the stock market goes down, the fucking housing crisis goes down, and then banks started losing all their funding and whatnot, and it's just like you have nothing to show for it if you don't have actual money
or anything of value.
Which even then, nowadays, I'm saying that, but when you get money, when you get $1 bill, $100 bill, it's still a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's just a piece of paper.
If the world goes to shit, that piece of paper is worth nothing.
It'd be like Fallout, trading caps.
Exactly.
Trading bottle caps.
And it's funny, but it's true.
Yeah.
And so back in the day, the currency mainly was trade, or like traded goods, or
trade services.
Yeah, exactly. Or a thing of silver, a coin of silver, a coin of gold, whatever, an actual mineral or whatever. But, and then it slowly evolved to paper bills. And even then, when it first started, the bills were stamped with an actual stamp of gold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To signify this is what this piece of paper is worth. It got to the point where they just said, okay, we're not going to do that no more. We're just going to print out pieces of fucking paper.
Yeah.
And people, I think, have gotten way too comfortable with that. Like, it's really weird. I personally have invested not hell of money, but a decent amount of money into silver, like actual silver
good.
bars, silver coins.
Really good to invest in.
It's also a lot easier to invest in versus investing in a gold. Gold is the littlest fucking fragment of gold, it's worth so much money, like pure gold. So to get pure silver is a lot easier. It's a lot less expensive, but it's still gonna hold its value. If anything, I hope it's gonna hold its value. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, but for the most part, it's it's either staying steady or going up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Right now, when I haven't bought a new piece of silver in a while, but when I did buy my silver, it's up from then what it was.
Yeah.
So I technically could sell it right now. Then
Do you know the percentage gain?
Then from when I bought it, it's not much. I want to say in like literally 1 or 2.
Well, they hold its
2%.
value, right? Because like how the dollar, if you just hold your dollars, you're gonna deflate over time.
Exactly, that too. Yeah.
A year. Shout out to my man Phil.
Seriously, shout out to Phil. Honestly, real quick, Phil, he's been a huge supporter of us, and I fucking appreciate the fuck out of it. Philip Lindorfer. If you're following us on TikTok, he's one of the only people we follow besides this guy's other account.
Gang.
So straight up. Love Phil. Shout out to Phil. He's the man.
Sounds like a Harry Potter character. Philip Lindorfer.
But no, yeah. Anyways,
back to the subject.
But yeah, I just feel like you said, yeah. It to me, it's kind of like a little bit of security blanket. And when I say this, it still silver doesn't mean shit. It's just something people
put value on it.
Yeah, but it's something people like, but even then, you can make stuff out of silver. You can make an object out of silver. You can't make a sword. You can't make something out of fucking paper dollar bills or paper $100 bills because people say, "Oh, it's a dollar. It's a dollar. Of course, it's cheap." $100 bill.
If the world ended, we'd be fucking using it for fire.
Seriously, no joke. And they say that you heard what Pablo Escobar I think did.
Oh, how he kept his family warm by building a stack of fucking. Like
I don't even know if that's true, but that shit's hella funny. Yeah. I mean. I don't doubt it either. That dude was making so much goddamn money.
Who knows, bro?
But anyways, yeah, no, I think it's interesting. I think people should really take a minute to really think about that more often about currency and what it really means.
Well, have you heard a theory about the Rothschilds? Please tell me you have.
That the dudes that run shit,
they run
everything?
the whole fucking world.
Yeah.
How they, their whole banking system is off the Federal Reserve.
But that's not the whole world, right? It's the United States.
It's the United States and basically all the countries that we invade, take over.
Right,
for oil and whatnot, but
but see, when they say Jeff Bezos is the richest man,
that's the
he's the richest, documented man. There's the oil company dudes that are just running shit. Dudes in Dubai,
$1 trillion.
Dudes in Dubai that have just stacks of gold. Speaking of,
he's like, welcome me to Dubai, like I'm at Maradi.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, anyways,
he doesn't know.
Anyways, but yeah, no, fucking, that's what I mean though. It's like. It's weird.
The known fucking documented on the billboard.
Yeah, and that's only because he's in the United States and has to fucking document how much
taxes. He's on taxes, bro.
Exactly.
But the theory or the conspiracy theory is that they run the world, and that has to do with Kennedy's death as well, because he cut the Federal Reserve out when he was in office, and then as soon as he did that, they took him out and put another president in there, and they put back in the Federal Reserve.
Let's not just skip over that. They murdered him. Yeah, somebody murdered him.
The goddamn U.S. Marine, one shot, one kill, ready to die but never will.
Have you seen how they've gone back, used the same fucking rifle with a currently trained sniper specialist, and even then, to get that fucking shot, especially 2 shots within that minimum amount of time. Damn near impossible. Of course, anything is possible, especially when it comes to that. Like, you could just get luck of the draw.
Dude, that's insane.
But
like, the amount of luck that you would need.
Yeah, and then that's when it comes down to, was there a second shooter? Was there a second person involved? And even then, it's crazy. I don't want to get too much into it because it's just, that's a whole nother episode, a whole nother wormhole.
And then have you seen? Well, before we get off of it, have you seen the speech that he said before he died? How he talks about the cabal of conspiracies.
No,
you never seen that speech?
I don't think so,
bro.
Honestly,
pull it up.
It's crazy to watch that footage, dude.
Yeah,
dude, it's crazy that it's on film, a president getting fucking assassinated.
I know, that's insane. It's bizarre.
Insane. Like,
has anybody
no matter what, even if Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone and did get those lucky shots, the fact that shit is on film, whoever did it and however it was done, is insane to me.
Yeah, that's wild.
Blows my mind that you could. And I remember watching that as a kid. I mean, obviously it wasn't live, but like watching a documentary about it, and just when they said, like, the TV paused and goes, "Warning, about to show graphic content, viewer discretion advised," and then I'm just like sitting there like, what are they going to show? And then just bink, and you see him slump over, and then just bink, boom. Like, that's insane, dog. Fucking insane.
Yeah, pink mist. That's what they say.
What do you mean?
pink mist.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Sorry, military.
No, you want to take a break real quick?
Well, you gotta go to the bathroom?
I kind of want to get another beer.
Well, we don't have to take a break.
Shit, we pausing, motherfuckers. Nah, I'm playing. Hey, appreciate all the fucking love and support. You guys are actually goated as fuck, dude. Like TikTok is blowing up. Our fucking YouTube, we're getting comments. It feels good to actually get comments,
and
bro.
I wouldn't say, okay. Also, we're doing the Lime now, just for anybody.
Let's go, Lime, baby.
Again.
Cheers, night. You already on your second two?
Cheers. Yeah, we're doing two.
All right.
I've been done. I was waiting for you to tell me this. Real quick though, what were you just saying?
We were talking about YouTube comments, and you were gonna say something.
Oh no, yeah, we were just talking about TikTok and shit blowing up. All of our social media platforms, whether it's YouTube, TikTok especially, but most of them, all of them are blowing up. Yeah, TikTok's definitely taken off like a motherfucker, which I never had been on TikTok before us making this content.
Did we stop?
So yeah, I all of our platforms seem to be growing in followers, growing in subscriptions and or subscribers.
Yeah, I got to take a look at that link tree and all that.
Yeah. So then that's what I like about it is it shows you the stats, current stats. I think it's weird. I think a lot. So what I think the reason why we have so many clicks versus so many people actually clicking on a link is because of, like I said, when we first made it, and when I clicked on the TikTok one and it said like warning about to leave, it sketched me out.
Well,
like,
everybody
what the
on TikTok should know that it says that at first. That's why I have the YouTube link. I took off the Instagram link because I want the YouTube to just show YouTube.
Oh, got it. But yeah, no,
because people could go to the link and then hit our Instagram on the link tree. Then on the YouTube it'll show it right there. Got it.
But yeah, no. Either way, it's working. We're getting subscribers because we're definitely not getting those subscribers just off of like an Instagram. We're definitely getting them. I feel like either somebody happens to scroll through us through YouTube, which I think is a lot less of a chance versus somebody going through TikTok to YouTube, finding us through YouTube that way. So either way, I mean, it's dope. I honestly, and then another thing is, Buzzsprout showing us our episode downloads for just audio. I don't understand downloads though. Is it people actually downloading or playing it? So to listen to something through Apple Podcasts or through Spotify, say it says like somebody goes to our page and it's episode 1, 2, and 3 so far. As soon as somebody clicks on either one of those, it'll start downloading it. It'll start downloading it, and most likely, if somebody's clicking on it, they're gonna listen to it. Whether they continue, it doesn't tell you if they fully listen to it or not. Yeah, it doesn't show you. But I mean, we could probably find in the analytics in there. Not even that. If we're getting, say, it's growing, clearly people are still continuing that listening because they're not gonna listen to us a little bit, not like it from episode 1, and then go click episode 2. Yeah. It's clearly they're fully listening and moving on. I just want to say shout out to you guys because one more time, hey, we'd be nothing without you guys. If you guys have not hit that sub, hit that motherfucking sub. Wait, did you try this one? Hit that. Yeah, I did. Hit that like button as well. Just to boost us in the algorithm so we get out there more and get some more people talking in the comments. Hey, if you guys like it in the comments, type down whatever you want to talk about. We'll hit on it and appreciate you guys one more time. Let's get on to our next topic. Wait, real quick, what do you think about the lime flavor? The lime flavor is all right. I don't like it. You don't like it? No, personally, I don't. I think it could kind of has a weird back taste. Yeah, I think it could use a squeeze of lime in that bitch. But whatever. I'm hoping that pineapple's gonna come in and hit her. Shit. The fucking cacti? Damn. All right, next topic. That's on you, baby. Me? Yeah. Right. I mean, you want me to go? Yeah. Okay. My next topic. My shit's fucking intense. Yeah, that's true. Another documentary I watched, which has been out for a little while now, not too long, is called Evil Genius. I don't know if it's on any other platforms other than Netflix. That's where I watched it on. Evil Genius? Evil Genius. Yeah, that's what I just said. Pay attention. How many of you had to drink? No, I'm joking. But so basically, it's about an actual crime that happened in American history. I believe it's FBI serious case. They called it something. FBI serious case 203 or 209 or some shit like that. And it happened in 2003. And basically what it is, it's a bank robbery, a bank heist or whatever, involving what you think is one man. And it's a man who walks into a bank. He orders that he has a note that says he wants $250,000. For some reason, he only gets, I believe, $9,000 or $90,000. Not even 90. Yeah, I think it was like $9,000 from the bank. From the bank. That's all they have money in there. Whether they did or didn't, they're not giving him all the money that he's asking for. They didn't get too much into detail with that, but I would assume it makes sense. They're not going to just give him everything he wants, especially because he was the way he acted. He wasn't like holding them hostage. He was just like, "Give me the fucking money." So they gave him whatever probably was in the registers at the time.
SpongeBob, I'm here to collect money.
So yeah, and from there, you see he's got like, it's like his there's something under his shirt and around like this.
Whoa, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody can see this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like his shirt's like this, all imploded kind of thing. And then you see him. They describe how he's really calm, and he's got a cane gun.
A cane?
A cane, but it's a gun. Okay.
Like, have you seen that?
No. I'm talking about this.
I won't lose your train of thought.
So he comes in. He asks for the money, and they say how he's really calm. He even gets a lollipop at one point and starts sucking on a lollipop from the bank while he's robbing these motherfuckers. And that stood out to him why he was so calm.
They had the lollipop in the little.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so he fucking walks out with the bag of money and gets stopped almost right away by police. Okay, like literally, like maybe
with a bag of money.
Yeah,
9 G's.
Yeah, exactly. And I believe he was in his car on his way to get out of it's like he was in a parking lot that led to a back road out of another parking lot, and he got stopped before he even got to the main road, before he even hit a real road. And so that's how quick shit happened. And they get him out of his car. They're holding him at gunpoint, and they make him get out of his car. They come and they handcuff him real quick, and he tells them there's a bomb strapped around me. And then you find out the bomb is like a giant handcuff around his neck, and it's the majority of it's right here in front of him. And he's like, "I'm telling you, there's a bomb around me. Somebody attacked me and put this bomb on me and told me I need to rob a bank or I'm gonna blow up."
Yeah.
And so you're like, "What the fuck?" And then it gets to the point where they find out, like, the cops are wondering, is this a real bomb? Is this just a fake bomb? Is this just his way of trying to get out of this, trying to get free? So eventually they come and they handcuff him, and then they all back away again. So now he's handcuffed, sitting on the floor with this fucking bomb, and you hear him. There's like news reporters at this time coming now, filming him, and he's like, "Why is nobody trying to get this off of me?"
Yeah.
He's like, "This bomb is gonna go off."
They
like,
just think he's guilty.
Not even that, they just don't know whether to believe him or not.
Yeah.
And even then, are you going to be a cop that's not just going to walk up to a live bomb?
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? And so they don't know whether to take it serious. They call bomb squad, but because they get into it, why bomb squad took so fucking long was because they now have shut down the road that was right there. So now, or not shut it down. But, yeah, because they're like, they don't want anybody driving by getting blown up by this bomb. And so now it's causing hella traffic. So now the bomb squad can't get there as fast as they need to get there because it's fucking so much traffic they have to get through. Anyways, they before the bomb squad, just before it gets there, beep, 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 dude blows up.
Way.
Dude fucking blows up.
Did they say how big the impact was?
Well, you could see it. It's on film.
Oh,
yes, dog.
No,
it's on film, and they show it in the goddamn documentary, dog.
Oh, is it Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix. They show it. They show the motherfucker get blown up. And what's even more fucked up is he's blown up, and then they pretty much almost, I don't know if they stripped him, but he's at one point down to his undies, tidy whities.
Before the blow up?
No, after.
Oh, okay.
And he's just laying there lifeless, handcuffed. And it's just like there's just all these people being able to see him and record him. And
they
news
took
reporters.
his clothes off, or did the bomb
I'm pretty sure they took his clothes off.
Okay.
Because it was when bomb squad came and they finally got there, and then they fucking cut the shit off and were trying to work on it and make sure there wasn't like a second detonation ready to go off. But yeah, so he's laying there. It's fucked up. He's lifeless, and you would think they would put a fucking temporary tarp up around to block fucking people from just seeing what's going on, especially because you know it's like this dude just got murked.
I know,
you know what I'm saying?
Instantaneously.
So then the whole thing is was he involved? Who put this around his neck, or was he just by himself? It gets into all these little things that lead to another, that lead to another thing, that lead to another thing, and it basically comes down, I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, but it comes down to there was other people involved. He claims it was black people that jumped him because he was I'm sorry to get ahead of myself. He was a pizza guy. He's a pizza delivery man, and so he went to go deliver a pizza, and then what was said is he got attacked during this pizza delivery, and they got strapped it, and that's when they got him to fucking, you know, sent on this mission. This whole like, so it's like pages they gave him, like I think it's like 5 or 7 pages they gave him with instructions. Go here, go, then rob the bank, then go here to this location, get your first key, then go here to this location, drop this off and get this
so it's
key.
like Saw.
Yes, dude, it's trippy as fuck. But Saw never had anybody rob a bank.
Yeah,
for him.
but
yes, it's just like little riddles and shit.
Yeah.
Not riddles, but it's real clear cut. Like, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this.
Pause. Should we put the black people in there?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying.
He says some black dudes jumped me and tied me up. We don't need to pause that. That's people who are gonna watch this shit are gonna see that. I'm not making shit up.
Like,
I don't give a
came after.
No, that's what he says. And so now the police are looking, and it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that, because the police even say at the time, as soon as this white man is saying that black people jumped him or, you know, got him to do this, they're already not believing him. While he's still about to blow up, they're still like already like, is he just saying this? They say the same shit, and it's just weird. You come to find out, what had nothing to do with black people. But you come to find out why he said that. I'm not going to get into it, but you come out to find out why.
Is it racist town or?
No, you have to watch it.
Okay.
But yes, he gets into it. And basically what it comes down to is he didn't act alone. I'll at least say that. He didn't act.
He was inside on it?
I'm not going to say that part. Because throughout the whole series, it's a 4-part documentary, they don't let you know that until the very fucking end.
Oh,
and even then, we don't know 100% what they decide.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really tricky. It's really interesting. It's a crazy ass documentary, and the dude died.
I mean, if it was an inside job, they wouldn't put a real bomb on it, you think?
That's where it gets fucking tricky. And they're like, who would really put a real bomb on their fucking neck? You know what I'm saying? Who would be okay with that?
I mean, probably that someone had nothing to lose.
You gotta watch it, dude. You gotta watch it.
It's called Hell's Kitchen?
No.
It's called Hell's what?
Evil Genius.
Okay, hell, evil.
He's used to White Claws. Sorry, the cacti got a little faded.
This is a 7%er, all right?
But anyways, yeah. No, it's really fucking crazy. It's really interesting. I mean, if you're not into that type of crazy shit, don't watch it, obviously.
No, that's crazy. I mean,
especially because they show the real fucking dude getting blown up.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It's real quick, but they show it. And you can even go online and actually see the full footage of it. I haven't, but I know it's... I remember hearing about this shit way back, but not like knowing the full story. It's called the pizza robbery or pizza bank robber or some shit like that.
Dude, didn't they make a movie off of it?
And that's what's funny is they did, but they made it to where it was like a joke and a comedy and shit.
Yeah.
And
I just watched that not too long ago.
Yeah,
it's
and
with the guy from Pineapple Express, the curly headed dude, fucking Big Red. You remember Big Red?
Is he in it?
He's in it.
Oh yeah, he's one of the bad guys, right?
He's one of the bad guys.
But yeah, see, and that they twist it, and it's nowhere near the real fucking thing.
Damn, I didn't know that was off a true story.
Yeah, and that's what blew my mind too. Like, man, they really made a comedy out of this
what that
shit.
movie's called.
No, it's like 60 minutes or
or something like that. Yeah, 60 minutes.
But
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, that's a good movie. But no, yeah, so fucking. It's crazy. I recommend anybody who hasn't seen of it or heard of it or has thought about, should I watch that? You should watch that shit. Because I'm not even lying. I've seen it on my Netflix shit probably for about a week or two now and just never watched it until finally I was like, you know what? There's nothing else to watch. Let me put this shit on. I need to get
some content.
And the second I watched some of it, I had to watch it all. It makes you want to finish the whole fucking story.
It's crazy.
And it's crazy, dog.
Damn.
Like the second you start thinking one thing, they're like, well, here comes this fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's also kind of fucked up because a big part of it comes to why they didn't find the whole come to solving the case right away was a lot of it had to do with police versus FBI and not giving information.
They're always going at it after each other.
And
like,
it's so
the
stupid.
Stadies and all these.
Nowadays, I think it's a little bit better. But yeah, back then it was always like, no, this is my jurisdiction.
Exactly.
This is mine. And
so whatever info they got, if they got pieces, they wouldn't tell them the other ones.
Not even that they were trying to hide it. They just like they literally said like there was like a key witness and whatnot that gave a full statement or took notes about shit, and those notes were found in a drawer labeled snitch something. You know what I'm saying? It's really fucking weird. Like,
that's crazy. I didn't know that movie was made after that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't made after that, but I'm sure they
Well, it
had
has to have, it had been depicted
similarities.
by it.
And it's a pizza delivery guy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dog. It's
That's
fucking
nuts.
crazy. But yeah,
that makes me think of that documentary. You ever seen Cecil Hotel?
Cecil Hotel. I haven't seen the documentary, but I know a lot about that case and about that hotel.
That hotel is bizarre. People will commit suicide. It's basically, if you ever seen American Horror Story Hotel.
Well, let's not just say it's just about people committing suicide. It's about murdering.
Well, just death.
Sketchy shit.
It's a deep dark hole of despair.
Death.
Yes.
Yeah. For sure.
Basically, the American Horror Story Hotel was based off of this.
And real quick, the reason why I want to make sure you're not saying suicide too much is especially because we got taken off of TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, I'll cut that all out, of course.
Yeah.
I have to be careful now on TikTok because I don't want to get any more strikes.
Yeah, that shit was retarded.
It's so dumb. Like, we talked about DMT and they cut it. What? Like, what?
Yeah,
I think we're going to be doing DMT on podcast or something? I don't know.
But anyways, yeah. So
but the Cecil Hotel, it's off of the American Horror Story Hotel as well. It's just a deep dark hole of despair, and a lot of people will die there, and it's just
random events of death and or murders.
The Richard Ramirez. Richard Ramirez.
He's a murderer?
He is a Night Stalker. He actually stayed in that hotel, and like he said, I don't know.
That arm, dude.
Goddamn, look at that.
Talking about I'm skinny. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Straight fucking flexing off his about to flex off his arm. But anyway, yeah, he stayed there, and he actually did murder there. And he was known as a Night Stalker.
Mm-hmm.
And another huge incident was the Lisa Lam incident. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, that. So you're talking about the documentary itself?
Yeah. The documentary has Lisa.
It touches about a bunch of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about her
Lisa Lam
and her case.
And it's
what I thought was real quick. The craziest part was when they said they did a test on her body,
mm-hmm.
and it was something that had to do with her name.
Yes. So there was a
that tripped me the fuck out.
A police investigation that was called Lam Lisa.
Yeah, dude, like
bruh,
like that's
what?
Weird. That's
her name is Lisa Lam, and there was some weird investigation before that even happened.
Yeah,
that
super
was called
sketch.
Lam Lisa.
Super sketch.
What are the odds?
Yeah,
and
apparently it was just a coincidence, though, right?
Apparently, I mean everything is a coincidence, I guess.
True,
but there's a video of her in the elevator, and she's acting weird. She's acting mad sus. She's in the corner literally pressed all the buttons down.
But also what's weird is, why doesn't the elevator close?
Yeah, we don't know. That's what they say. They said they don't know if someone's holding the door open, or someone,
But even then, that would be somebody who's right outside that elevator. Yeah, and she at one moment starts going,
She's
so why wouldn't that person now be right there with her,
dude? And then her fingers are like
she starts like doing some weird fucking like spooky spell shit,
dude. I don't know, but that was bizarre. And then eventually everybody in the hotel, well, a large amount of people in the hotel were getting low water pressure. When they would brush their teeth, it would taste weird, like the water would just be disgusting, pretty much. And
this is after, just so anybody doesn't know, this is after all this of her acting weird in the elevator and whatnot, and they didn't even think to look at this footage until people started complaining.
Yeah. And well, they were looking at the footage because she disappeared. They were looking at it for like 3 or 4 weeks, and they couldn't find her.
Yeah, but how long after the disappearance did the water start tasting funny?
I think it was like a month or 2.
Oh, okay.
And basically, a janitor went up to the water tanks, and they discovered her body, and it was naked, and it was just in the water tank.
In the water tank.
Yeah, which was hard to get there because it was on the top of the roof. I think it was like 16 feet high, and I have no idea how she even got in there. But
you still don't know?
Even
though you watched the footage?
Yeah, the whole documentary. Okay. They say they have no idea of how they got discovered.
Well, I watched the real breakdown.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a there's a YouTube video out there. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but they basically debunk it.
Okay.
And explain how it really happened.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so they explain how the Cecil Hotel says those doors at the top of the water tanks are always closed, and how it's impossible to open them, or how they can't be opened especially by somebody who's fucking a woman, and not, especially her figure. She didn't have this crazy strength. Well, they say that somebody, after all this shit happened, goes into the Cecil Hotel finds a way to the roof that's not locked doors, gets to the roof, finds out how you can get on top of a building that's not building, but like a little, like a shed at the top that you can then hop down onto these water tanks. While they film this, they're showing it. One of the water tanks, the doors is open.
The doors are just wide open?
It's just flipped open.
Jeez.
So they think is same thing happened with her. One of the doors was open. She had a manic episode because she did have some crazy, history with mental illness. She fucking ended up at the top of it, thinking, we don't, obviously there's no way to know what was going through her head at the time, but people like to say or think that she was truly thinking somebody was after her or something was after her, where she felt like that was her safe place to go, where she could hide, and that she got inside one of them. And once you get inside of it, then you can't get out of it.
You can't get out of it?
Well, you're floating in water at that point.
There's no way to.
I mean,
it's too high.
And even then, I mean, she's already going through an episode. Who's to say she's in the right mind to understand? Let me pull myself out. So of course, eventually she's gonna be treading water for so long she can't.
Yeah.
Fatigues, starts drowning.
Why was she naked?
That I can't explain. Nobody can explain. But either way, that's not to me the biggest problem with the whole case. You know what I'm saying? So somebody broke it down. Somebody went to the hotel and saw this shit, filmed it all, and they showed how there's a stairway with no cameras leading to it that shows you how you can get to the roof, and how the door in that stairway at the end of it is open that leads you to the roof. It's not really locked, secure as they make it sound, because at the same time, Cecil Hotel can get sued for
having that access.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, yes, it's true. A lot of weird, sketchy deaths and shit happened at Cecil Hotel.
Right by Skid Row.
It's in the middle of Skid Row.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, it's Skid Row. It's basically a huge, large.
This place is in L.A. Yeah, it's a Cecil Hotel's in L.A. It's
like 4 or 5 blocks. I'm not sure, but
yeah. So there's a significant amount of area where it's just like
it's where they shove all the homeless people.
Exactly.
And they build a whole city, basically.
Yeah, tent city, AK. But yeah, so they say that she kind of worked her way up there, and that's how she ultimately caused her own death.
They also say that she could have been, drugged with LSD or anything like that to be tripping, and that's why she was acting super weird.
Right, because in that area, homelessness and whatnot, there's a lot of drug usage.
Yeah.
But she had a history with mental illness, so that kind of leads me to believe she just
could have been the medication.
And I think they somehow talked about her not taking her medication or some shit like that, if I remember correctly. But yeah, still, either way, her death and all that shit, whether it was conspiracy or not,
it's just caught
it's still that not even that hotel is fucking sketchy.
Yeah,
it's a weird fucking place. It's a weird fucking vibe. It's super cheap to fucking get a room there because nobody wants to be there. If you want to
stay there, make sure you film it and let us see the tape.
Yeah, send us some fucking footage. Well, I'm down to see what happens. 100%.
Yeah, that's a crazy topic, but on to the next.
Okay, so I talked about most of my topics. I think I have one more. Let me get back to it real quick. That was gonna be okay. Oh yeah. Speaking of, we haven't talked about it this episode, but COVID. Mm-hmm. There's a vaccine out there. It's called AstraZeneca. Okay.
Is it available in the U.S.?
I'm glad you asked. No, it is not, because it is, I believe, in the 3rd stages of trial, to figure out whether it's got harmful effects or not.
Well, how many stages do they have to go through?
I think the 3rd is the final one, if I'm not mistaken. But it just came out. I think most people have heard of this. If you haven't, you must be Patrick, living under a rock. But anyways.
My name is Patrick.
So 9 European countries now, at least the time I've done this research, have stopped giving out this vaccine, this specific company's vaccine, to their people because of issues with blood clots.
So are people dying?
I don't know if anybody's died, but
blood clots are serious.
Yes, very serious. But I honestly haven't. When I was doing the research, I hadn't seen any deaths, but it was an issue that there was blood clots after taking this vaccine. But what I think is weird is it was 17 million people so far in these European countries total, I believe, took this vaccine, and less than 40 had these blood clots. And they're thinking it's a problem. 17 million, 40 have this issue.
And how long after the vaccine did they have the issue?
They didn't specify, but either way,
it's brand new.
One of the main side effects to getting COVID that was really hurting people was blood clots. So to say that like this vaccine that's literally less than 1%. Less than, I want to say 0.5%.
What, 40 people?
Out of 17. Yeah. That's a whatever the word is, but yeah, milli percentage or whatever the fuck. It's basically nobody. Let's be honest. It sucks though if you have that relative that is that one of 40.
Yeah, that's terrible.
You know, it sucks. But like I said, I don't think anybody's died from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, 9 countries have halted this shit. And are tripping out saying, I think it's Germany, Italy, and France are the big countries.
Yeah.
Are halting it and saying like, let's make sure this is safe. Let's make sure not. A lot of the people are mad, saying even the people of the country are saying this sounds like a political thing, and are like pissed off about it.
I'm sorry. The only reason I'm laughing is because we can hear Buffy snoring right by the door.
I don't think any of the viewers can hear it. So sorry, he's unprofessional. Can't just deal with some fucking.
My dog is fat, but anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, not fat, obese. Anyways,
hey,
it's what it is. We talked about it in the first episode.
You're right.
Or second episode, whatever. We talked about it. But anyways, thanks for interrupting my fucking comment. Anyways, so apparently it's like a big issue in these countries, these European countries, specifically European countries, and I think now it's just funny to hear because you're pointing it out. Let me move her real quick. Pause.
Oh, that's good to be a good blooper. Oh, this is comedy. That's a good blooper right there.
All right. Anyways,
please God.
Dun dun dun.
Did you hit it?
I tapped it, but it should be fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what we were talking about was the vaccine, and it was specifically that company. And what I think is interesting is that it's not allowed in the U.S. yet. It hasn't been approved fully of the U.S. Not saying it won't be, but at the time, at this moment of us filming this, it hasn't been approved. Dude, act professional.
I need to kick her out, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. The vaccine.
Yeah, so back to where we were. I think it's just interesting that the population in those European countries are upset with it, and just what they're sick of being like in the, I don't know if it's lockdowns, but they're sick of worrying about COVID.
Yeah, their lockdowns are more intense than ours.
Especially when they hear 17 million people got it and only less than 40 people have actually had these side effects.
What do they think? They're just being overreacting, or?
Exactly. They think it's political. They think that there's something more that governments want out of it. You know, the higher ups have their own reasonings to saying, well, let's not give out these vaccines so we can stay this way. You know, because when you think about it, governments kind of prefer it in a way. They prefer the lockdown. They prefer the control.
Yeah.
When everybody feels free again and happy again, that's when shit starts popping off.
Yeah. That's when all the riots happen.
Well, I don't know.
Not all the riots, but like a lot of riots.
Even then, I don't think too many riots were happening in these countries at the time, or in the past, couple of months since COVID. But I guess it's been a year now since COVID's been real in effect. But yeah, so I don't know. I just think it's really weird. I'm interested to see where this plays out. What happens. I'm interested to see if the U.S. approves it. You know what I'm saying? Or if they're against it, and if they say, you know what, these blood clots are something to look into.
Yeah.
But I highly doubt it. I really do.
I mean, it's crazy that they came out with a vaccine that quick too.
Yeah, but this is not Johnson & Johnson. This is not the Pfizer vaccine. This is a whole nother company that's got their own vaccine that is now...
Well, do you know anybody that has the vaccine?
I know a couple people.
Yeah.
I've even been offered to take the vaccine because I work at a...
Safeway? Or...
No.
I mean, my bad. That's the old school. That's old school.
COVID wasn't around, dude. But
Yeah.
anyways, no, it's because I work at the jail in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
We're doing the remodel.
A lot of people.
We're doing because we're working at a government facility. We have the ability to
get it before.
Yeah, priority. And my boss asked me if I wanted to get it, and I told him I'm gonna wait a little bit.
Watch my podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll see what I think about it.
Exactly. But no, yeah, I told him I'll wait on it, and I'm not in any rush. My reasoning to him was one, because I don't fully trust it, not in the sense of like, side effects or whatnot, because I feel like I don't truly need it.
Yeah.
With my health and my age.
You haven't had it though yet, huh?
I remember we talked about this.
You said you felt like you had it.
I felt like I had it early on, but at the same time, they say you can get it again as long as it's been after 90 days.
90 days, 3 months?
I've heard 90 days by a doctor.
Okay.
But who knows? Nobody fully knows anything nowadays.
Yeah, source, trust me, bro.
Yeah, it's like every doctor can say one different thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they gave me the option to take it. I said no. I declined. Not because I'm worried about blood clots or any bullshit like that. It's just I don't think I need it, and I'm not in any rush to get it.
Was it that a specific vaccine? But it's not.
No, because it's not in
America.
God, get it together, dude. Get it together.
Well, you said blood clots, so that's why I was like,
Yeah, but I'm not worried about any of that bullshit. I'm not worried about side effects.
Yeah, I met a lot of people that have had side effects from the vaccine.
Really?
But they said it only lasts a few days.
You met or you know?
I know a few people.
And what side effects?
Basically just feeling super fatigued and a pain in their arm, and then nausea.
For how long?
Nausea, just like a day or two.
Yeah, but see, that's I think common with some vaccines, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you get the flu vaccine.
Yeah, but I don't know how true this is, but I've heard that this vaccine for COVID is different than like the flu vaccine, where they're not injecting the actual virus or whatever into you.
Well, all I know so far, the thing that I've read up, is that's the first rDNA vaccine to be put out. rDNA is basically somewhat changing your DNA.
What?
Yeah.
That's true?
Yes, you got to look it up. It's rDNA. You got to look it up. Vaccine. The Pfizer vaccine, the first.
What about the Johnson & Johnson?
I'm not sure about that.
And that's what blows my mind. How are we going to have one vaccine that requires two? One vaccine that is just, you're good with one.
Yeah.
And then now I've even heard some stories about now you might need three on that.
Well, is it going to be a one-time thing, or is it going to be a yearly thing like the flu?
I think it's going to be a yearly thing.
Okay.
Because you got to think about the people that don't get it are going to be susceptible to, and then they say there's the mutations of COVID.
Yeah, like the one I was talking about in Britain. Supposedly there's a mutation of the mutation of the COVID in Britain that just came to the US, and that it might not, stop from affecting people that had the vaccine already. So they could get a different form of COVID.
Right, it's a different form of COVID that doesn't work with this current vaccine.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, dude, like imagine the people that got the vaccine.
They think they're safe.
Yeah, like that sucks, but who knows?
That's my thing though, is with all these different fucking forms of COVID, the death rate is still way down than what it was.
And that's the older population, the people that are
not even that, because there's still old people, plenty of old people that are still probably getting COVID. It's how we now know how to treat it once you have it. They're learning ventilators are not necessarily the best first result to putting somebody on a ventilator, because once you get put on it, it's really hard to get taken off of it.
Damn.
You kind of rely on that shit.
Yeah.
At least that's what I've heard. But it just makes you think, like, if they didn't know this shit right away, which makes sense, of course, it took us all by fucking surprise, is what they say. But the majority of people, and doctors weren't in on it. So I think it's dumb when they say shit like that, but I think it's weird when they show. Have you seen that shit where they show, it was kind of when COVID first started, but they showed like a news channel showed a hospital room, ER room, with doctors running around to their patients and shit like that, like frantic and whatnot, and then they show in like what's supposed to be another hospital in like a European country or some shit like that, and it's the same hospital, same camera view, same everything. Yeah, it's like, dude, they're just, a lot of it was fear induced and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Are you done with that?
No. What are you trying to get on your third?
Yeah, I want to try the pineapple before we get done filming.
I'm chilling.
All right.
I drank a little bit before, but yeah, they definitely do that. And the crazy thing is, I went to the hospital once, and it was weird. It was like a zombie apocalypse. It looked like.
Real quick, this is the pineapple flavor, best for last. Sorry.
It was a zombie apocalypse. Like they had the pop-up tents before you go into the hospital.
You went?
Yeah, I went to the hospital.
For what?
Oh, I don't even remember what it was for.
No, be real.
No, I swear to God, I don't remember.
Be real.
Oh, dude. Okay, so I was working out and I felt like this lump in my chest, like the bottom of my chest.
You had cancer.
No, I thought it was a hernia. And it turned out that you could get like cartilage right here.
This smells delicious.
It does? Let me smell it.
This smells just like pineapple.
Does smell good. But yeah, you get cartilage right here that, you know, gets swollen from lifting. And I did a deadlift and I was like, what the fuck, dude? Do I have a hernia right now? I think I'm dying. But I went to the hospital for it because I didn't want to go to work too.
Pineapple's the best one.
Pineapple's the best one?
Facts.
But yeah, I went to the hospital and
Cacti.
it was like a zombie apocalypse. Like people were just scanning your forehead, doing the whole fucking nine.
Yeah, I mean, when I go to work at the jail every day, they scan my forehead.
Well, I mean, they were in like suits and everything, and there was pop-up tents to where you would go through the, you know, those film.
You have to get approved before you go to the next stage and whatnot.
I was like, holy shit, bro, this is like a zombie movie.
And that's what trips me out too. It's just like, if we weren't ready for COVID, imagine the other shit we're not going to be ready for.
Yeah.
I just think nowadays we're just so out of touch with like legit danger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if we go to another like world war as the US, I think we're fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
let's go.
No, seriously though, like I think we're fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we gonna do? Most people are not ready for that shit.
Yeah, but nobody was ready for that back then.
Like, even though you've been in the Marines, right? Marines?
Yeah.
Even though you're in the reserves, it don't matter. We're still going to be drafting people at that point that aren't ready for that shit.
But it's all about the mentality of the people to your left and your right, because those are the people you're going to be fighting with.
And that's what I'm saying.
They need to be hard-charging motherfuckers,
and that's what I'm
otherwise
saying.
they're going to die.
There's not enough people in the reserves that are ready for it, that have put themselves in the reserves because they know I'm ready for this. Not to mention the fact that there's a small percentage of those people that aren't really ready for it, that think they're ready for an actual, real, legit war. You know what I'm saying? It's just, in my head, if some crazy shit pops off, or like we talked about earlier with the whole money thing, you know what I'm saying? Where if shit happens, we're not ready for that shit. We're just not. I truly don't think we are. And in as much as morale they can kind of gather or try and cause, we're not ready for that shit.
But think about it, dude. Like the new war is gonna be not with fighting people.
It's not gonna be front line shit.
Yes, it's gonna be fucking nuclear.
Right, but
if it's a world war, at least.
But to me, if it's nuclear, it's whoever drops first.
Exactly, and well, either way, there's computer systems that will know when something drops on them that they're gonna counterfire.
That's why I was so pissed off about that whole shit with North Korea.
Yeah, well, North Korea can't even get a rocket halfway across the ocean.
But even if they did, that's all I thought the whole time was, you're telling me we don't have the technology to shoot whatever they're shooting at us when we know it's getting launched at us, especially when they're launching it from North Korea, not even from a plane or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of nukes and everything, have you heard about? Well, I'm sure you have, but the incident in Hawaii.
Say it correctly.
The incident in Hawaii, how the whole population of Hawaii got a notification on their phone saying, "Oh yeah, incoming."
That was a while ago.
Yes.
But yeah.
Dude, imagine going through that. What would you be?
Yeah, they were probably tripping the fuck out.
What would you be going through in your mind?
It turned out that it was like an Apple employee that pressed the wrong button, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened.
I'm pretty sure it was like somebody fucked up and pressed the wrong button.
It was
like
a fluke in the system.
Emergency alert on accident.
Imagine looking at your phone saying "incoming nuke." Like that's a movie right there. And it didn't happen, but dude, imagine like you're just with your family thinking like these are your last moments.
But even then I'd be like, we're getting a notification from Apple, but our military can't stop that nuke? Like that's what would be right there. Like, my phone is faster than our military.
It's instantaneous. Like Trump could send out Trump can send out fucking notifications on iPhone.
But he can't tell the military to shoot that shit out of the sky before it gets next to us. That's what my point is. That's my whole point.
Yeah. We
don't have which I'm saying, I'm being sarcastic when I'm saying we don't have the technology to not worry about that shit anymore. Especially as the U.S., when we have supposedly the most funded military and the highest military, and we're the U.S., we're the number one. It's like, I feel like that's what if we're paying that much money, we shouldn't have to worry about that type of shit. We should know we have defenses that are way ahead of that shit.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of shit that we don't know about as well.
Real quick though, since we're talking about that shit, I think it was with China when we were having some issues with China. Might be North Korea. I'm sorry. I know we're gonna get some haters saying know your facts, but I'm pretty sure it was China. Might have been North Korea. They had a embassy somewhere in the United States, and
they have an embassy in the United States.
It was probably China then. Okay. They had a facility in the United States where it's just like, you know, when you go to the other countries, we have a U.S. embassy.
Yeah.
Same type of shit.
Well, we have one in South Korea.
Okay, but exactly. But I'm talking about, it was a place in the United States, and you're gonna bring up the little fucking pictures and whatnot, and I'm sure you're gonna be able to find this photo. There was a time where we started having issues with them, and we said we're not gonna allow that embassy on U.S. soil anymore. And all of a sudden, we start seeing smoke coming from that embassy. They were burning all their fucking files real quick and all the information they had on us.
What?
Which I guess is common for like with an embassy to do, because even if we were as a U.S. embassy in another country, if they started invading us at that embassy or they started causing threats, it's common to incinerate. Supposedly, it was just weird to think like.
Well, yeah, OPSEC, operational security. You got to burn all that shit because it has, United States information that's top secret. Right,
but it's just weird though. Like, what is so secretive that we have it on another person's soil, that we don't want that country or that those people to find out? It's like, we're on their soil. Why are we having information that we don't want them to know on that soil? If it's that important, why is it on there? Why are we not instantly sending it back to U.S.
It could be a way of communicating, because we do have specific ways of communication, and they're
you mean like
decoded? Yeah, like
what is that called?
That's what is that, dude?
Morse code.
Morse code, yes.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure nowadays it's crypto, more advanced. Yeah,
crypto,
exactly.
Basically,
okay, but exactly, if we have crypto, we shouldn't be worried about fucking another agency.
Well, there could be crypto keys there that they could, hack into and figure out what type of, language we're using and what type of way we're communicating.
Then I feel like our crypto isn't that advanced. If another country can hack it, then we shouldn't even be considering it. It might as well just be written in plain ink if that's the case. If they could figure it out, what the fuck are we cryptoing it for?
Well, that's what hackers are for, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Is what's the point of having crypto? If somebody, we know it's a possibility
because it's
that
difficult. They have to go out their way to find someone that can actually figure it out or even try to decode it. But yeah, you're right. I mean, obviously, there's never going to be a perfect way of doing things. There's never going to be a perfect way of doing things, bro. It's just not going to happen unless we're in a utopian society. But another topic I wanted to get on to get in the deep, dark motherfucking conspiracies is the Philadelphia experiment.
Okay.
So basically, hold on, let me tap on it real quick. It's this experiment that was done in 1947, and they took a ship called the USS Eldridge. Ship.
Okay.
They took a ship called the USS Eldridge, and Nikola Tesla, Nikola Tesla?
Nikolai, I thought his name was.
Well, Nikolai, yeah.
I hate when you mispronounce stuff.
Bruh, come on. Nikola, fucking same thing.
Yeah, but this is a man's name. You can't mispronounce a man's name.
Nikolai Tesla, he created these coils, basically, which would create a magnetic field and basically cloak the ship.
Like, what do you mean cloak?
Like, it would make it invisible.
Oh, okay.
And so what they had was a bunch of observers say that they saw a green hue around the ship, and then it eventually disappeared, and it showed up somewhere into Norfolk, Virginia. That's a mindfuck, but Norfolk, Virginia. And that's where the ship appeared, and that's where they say they saw it. And
they say they saw. Who said they saw it?
Some of the observers. And they said that.
So you're saying it's basically showing what is the word? A hologram of the ship somewhere?
No, it disappeared. It disappeared to a different.
The ship in West Virginia disappeared.
No, in Philadelphia.
I'm sorry, Philadelphia disappeared.
Yes. So I had these Tesla coils.
There was a ship just randomly in Philadelphia, though?
I think so. I'm not sure. But it's called the Philadelphia Experience because it was done in Philadelphia.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And those Tesla coils were on it, and it created that green hue, and it disappeared and showed up into Norfolk, Virginia. Well, okay, just imagine water. And those are the fucking pieces of land that are nearby. Okay, so it disappeared there and it showed up there, and then it disappeared back to Philadelphia. And once it appeared back, they said that the sailors on there experienced weird abnormalities, and a lot of them were fused to the hole. They were, their limbs and their body parts were coming out of the hole.
This is a fact?
This is just a story.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's true or not or bullshit, but it's like a large story. You could look it up.
I'm just saying because some of our viewers get a little fucking specific of what we talk about.
But it's a story, and basically, it reappears, and the people are fused to the hole, and that's the whole story. And I was like, damn, that's some bizarre shit. Because Nikola Tesla.
Because it's like, if that's the case, why don't we have pictures of it?
Well, they have a movie about it as well.
But I'm saying we don't have a fucking actual picture of somebody fused to a fucking ship.
No, this is back in the day. This is a long time ago.
Yeah, but how long have we had pictures? Especially film. We've had that shit since World Wars.
But a lot of that shit gets swept under the rug. And that's a really old experience.
I hear you. It's just cool to think about, but that one I'm gonna have to press the bullshit button.
It's all canceled.
I'm just gonna press that bullshit button.
That's why we need the little button here, so you'd be like
bullshit.
But another one is called Admiral Byrd. Have you heard of Admiral Byrd?
I mean, maybe.
Okay, so back
I've heard of that one you were talking about right now.
Admiral Byrd or the Philadelphia?
Philadelphia. Okay, I just didn't know the name of it. But yeah.
So that one's bizarre too, and I like to think about it. Go into it because you never know what happens. But Admiral Byrd, he's this expeditioner, and they had him sent out on a mission to travel to the Antarctic. And what he found there was, there was actually green, lush pieces of land that was unseen before man.
In the Antarctic.
Mm-hmm. And he basically said he saw a large hole that led to a different civilization of people inside of that hole. So we don't know if it's a portal or an inner Earth. And basically he saw these other beings and a spacecraft that could travel from one part of the planet to another part of the planet in a day quickly. And basically that was his expedition. And what I think is bizarre too is, why do we have a treaty on not letting people go visit and travel to the Antarctic?
There's a treaty about that?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're not allowed to go to the Antarctic.
Nobody is?
Mm-mm. Unless you have, specific authority.
Antarctic.
There's a UN treaty.
You're talking about Antarctic Ocean?
Antarctica.
Oh, okay. But I thought there's like posts there.
There's posts there, but I'm saying there's like a treaty.
So why are those people allowed to be there?
Because they're doing research and they got the approval, but we can't just normally go.
Set up a base there.
Yeah.
Got it.
Huh. I just think that's bizarre, but that's the two topics I wanted to get into. And if you guys have any fucking things to talk about,
real quick though, whole side note, speaking of Antarctic, have you seen that movie about the fucking, where they talk about vampires? I think it's like 60 Days of Dark or some shit like that.
Oh, 30 Days of Night?
Yeah,
it's a classic.
Yeah, so it's
in Alaska, because Alaska you have 30 Days of Night.
Yeah, and so it's kind of trippy. Is it though?
Yeah, it's Alaska.
Oh, okay,
but 30 Days of Night and 30 Days a Day.
But that's my thing, is like, you would think if there were vampires, I mean, clearly it's not real, but if there were vampires, they would go to a place like that, where there's a time period where they can fucking run around wherever the fuck they want and not have to worry about light. That shit just, it was side subject. That's
crazy.
That's kind of cool. It kind of tripped me out just when.
And everything has to be based off of some truth.
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't know, but
I'm gonna be real with you. It's a good thing you're on that side and I'm on this side, because this whole time I've been talking to you, you have this huge vein on this side of your head. Really? Yeah, dude. It's like, it's bulging the fuck out.
Because when I drink alcohol, bro, my blood is just
excuses.
No, it is. I mean, veins are goddamn manly, bro. I'm vascular. Welcome back, brothers, ladies, gentlemen, motherfuckers. Love you all. Appreciate it. And we'll catch you on the next episode. Make sure you guys hit that sub, hit that like if you like the episode, and comment down below whatever you want us to talk about. If you got some crazy shit, crazy conspiracies, we'll hit on that shit.
Will we though?
We might. I don't know.
If it's
worthy.
Yeah, if it's
worthy doing the research, it's some bizarre shit, then maybe not. But we'll definitely.
We're not trying to have out some conspiracy about bubble guppies or some bullshit.
What the fuck is that?
You don't know bubble guppies?
Hell no.
You have a kid and you don't know about bubble guppies.
Ferrets, the ferret conspiracy.
Well, there is a conspiracy about that, but I'm not gonna get into it. Gavin Newsom, fuck you. Anyways, but no, yeah. Honestly,
It was a good episode. This episode was way better than last episode. I feel like we came prepared. We came hitting hard.
First of all, don't hate on any episode.
I'm not. I'm just saying it was.
No, you just did.
Dude, I'm saying it was way better.
No, I don't like the way you just hated on our episode, EP3.
Okay, cut that out.
No, I'm not, because I want the viewers to hear me calling your ass out. We enjoy anybody who's listened. EP3 has been the most viewed or most downloaded through audio. So the fact that he said that is mind-boggling. But anyways, again, like he was saying though, we appreciate the views, we appreciate the listens, we appreciate the downloads. He didn't even get to try pineapple, which is
this shit is
blowing my mind because
it's tough.
That's how bad lime is. And to be real with you, Travis Scott, you could have done better. No, I'm serious though. You could have done better. If I had to choose, if I was really going to drink a seltzer, a spiked agave seltzer or any kind of seltzer, I wouldn't have chose this.
I mean, I don't even know what a spice like agave seltzer would be other than this. Like, what else?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, that's my point though, is I'd rather have a fucking White Claw than this bullshit.
I mean, shout out to Travis Scott. You fucking making bank off these, bro, I'm sure. But good night.
Good night. What if somebody's listening to this during the day?
Good day to you.
Fucking idiot. Anyways, appreciate y'all.
Much love.
Keep listening.
And we out.
Are we though?
Let's go, baby.
Are we?